Welcome to my movie commentary for Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This is the 6th episode of the Harry Potter marathon. And yes, my mum baked cookies and they're really, really good. Every single one of these Harry Potter movies is just a really good self-contained story. Like, they just do each individual movie. They're like pretty good movies, as well as there's always the overarching storyline of we need to kill Voldemort because Voldemort's trying to take over the world. And they've just done really well. Like, all the directors, I feel like they had the source material and they just did the movie. And I don't understand why Hollywood just doesn't do that more. If you compare these movies to the Percy Jackson series, those two movies are absolutely terrible because they don't just do what the book says. Like, he has this amazing series. Okay, hold on. I have all the Percy Jackson books as well, but this is like, I think it's like, how would I say this? This is like season 2 of Percy Jackson, I guess. That's how I would explain it. I've got all the other ones, but they're in my room, and my room's all the way over there. So I don't want to get it right now. And instead of just copying the source material for the Percy Jackson books, they just made up their own story. And it's just like, what? It's very annoying when Hollywood does that, because they're like, oh no, this is going to sell better. People don't know what they want to watch. We're going to tell them what they want to watch. No, I know exactly what I want to watch. I want to watch that book in movie form. That's it. Just put the book on the TV. That's it. That's all I want to see. Don't add stuff on top of it. Anyway, now that my Hollywood rant is over, let's get into the movie. This movie is where the series gets noticeably darker. If you thought it was dark before in like 3, 4, 5, it's actually gotten much darker from here on out. Because we learn about Voldemort. We're in the Voldemort saga now. Ooh, Harry Potter 6. Oh, we're almost done. We've only got 3 left. I'm going to finish the series today. That's crazy. And I'm also sort of like okay with it. Like, I'm not just out of it like I was with the Paranormal Activity franchise. Because I suppose things are actually happening in these movies. Oh, here we go. We might need to call the Avengers. Oh, whoa. Oh, they went to Ollivanders and grabbed a few wands. They should have grabbed so many more. Like, they should have just went like, I'm going to take all of these wands.
Hey, I was wondering...
11. That's when I get off. You can tell me all about that toss of Harry Potter.
I was going to say Harry's got no game, but apparently he doesn't need it. Apparently, bitches just come to him. He doesn't need to search for them. Oh wait, doesn't Dumbledore appear? Dumbledore.
Actually, sir, after all these years, I just sort of go with it.
I'm looking at my recording, and holy cow. If that is not bright enough to see, I'm going to have to bump that up in post, because god damn, it looks like it's just pitch black over there. Can't we see his shoes as well? Like, his shoes are just there? Yeah, aren't those his shoes? Like, right in front of the couch?
Well, I must say you make a very convincing armchair, Horace.
Every movie needs a reminder that, like, oh yeah, there's magic in this world. Even though I don't need the reminder, I know there's magic in this world. And I'm sure everyone who's watching Harry Potter 6 knows that there's magic in this world. But they still need to do it.
I fear I may have stolen a wondrous night from you, Harry. She was, truthfully, very pretty.
Yeah, she was okay. I mean, she was at work, so she does get, like, a few extra points. Because nobody tries to look cool at work. Or, like, beautiful at work. And if you do, what are you doing? Especially in retail. When I worked in retail, I didn't care what I look like. Am I ever going to see the person who's ordering a double Big Mac at like 11 o'clock in the morning? No, I'm never going to see that person again. Who cares? Don't smile. You were just thinking of another girl. You were just thinking of a muggle girl. And then you're like, you look up and you're like, oh wow, is that Ginny? Wow.
I was only wondering when Harry got here. Harry who? Harry Potter, of course.
How many Harrys do you know?
Sort of lost it last week. Said Ginny and I had no business going back to Hogwarts. It's too dangerous.
But like, wouldn't they be more secure protected by, like, at Hogwarts Castle, protected by all the spells and enchantments, plus all of the, like, 10 to 15 teachers that have had years of experience teaching kids. Like, I'm sure they would be much better suited to protecting all of the kids than just, like, your mother and father who know, like, Expelliarmus, or, like, just the general basics, you know?
Run along, one toe.
Get out.
How much for me?
5 galleons.
I'm your brother.
10 galleons.
Funny story. I'm showing my nerdum here again. They got the money for all of this. Harry won the Goblet of Fire. He won the Triwizard Cup, and I think he got like $1,000 for it, which in their world is like a lot of money. He got the $1,000, and he just gave it to Fred and George to make that building. Ugh. Draco Milkboy.
Father, enjoy your ride back to London.
I mean, he knows that Harry's more than happy to take a flying car back to Hogwarts. I mean, he's gonna get back somehow, like one way or another. And also, Draco could have just, like, taken the invisibility cloak. That's, like, such a cool item to have.
Names?
Professor Flitwick, you've known me for 5 years.
No exceptions, Potter.
It's the tiny jokes like that make a movie. Like, it's just funny. I know my commentary is not that good, but it's just funny.
He's covered in blood again. Why is it he's always covered in blood?
Looks like
It's his own this time.
Looks like it's his own this time.
Sorting out urges all to be brave and strong in these troubled times. Easy for it to say, though. It's a hat, isn't it?
It's a hat, isn't it?
Every day.
Also, going back to my earlier point, they also have auras, like patrolling the castle, patrolling the grounds, things like that. So the kids are even more protected than they would be at home.
I would think you would want to fill it with potions. The Slughorn is perfectly happy to accept new students.
Brilliant. Well, I'll head there straight away.
Oh, good.
I love it so much. I said it earlier in, like, I think it might have been yesterday or the day before, in one of my other movie commentaries. But I love it that they don't treat Harry Potter like he's the chosen one. They just treat him like another student. Like, they're like, hey, you want to be an Auror when you grow up? Do this class. Like, you need to do this class. It's so good. It's so good. Little jokes like this make the movie. Like, they see a really good book and then a trash book. And and Ron doesn't care that he's Harry Potter, the chosen one. Harry doesn't care that he's Ron because no one cares about Ron. They both want the book that isn't destroyed and they both go for it. It's good.
No, the instructions specifically say to cut.
Ah, Hermione, why? Why are you bending the book like that? Hey, so you see this kid?
Don't.
This is my girlfriend's boyfriend. I'm not kidding. She really likes this actor. And hey, if you're watching this, you know you do. This guy actually goes up. What's his name? His name is really weird. It's Hero Fiends Tiffin, I think. Oh, good block, good kick. You gotta catch some of those, Ron. Come on. You gotta catch some of those. You can't just, like, knock it away and let someone else pick it up. You gotta catch them and you can pass it to someone. You gotta keep possession, Ron.
And if you had a shred of self-respect, you'd hand that book in.
Why would you hand that in, though? You wouldn't hand it in because the book is actually teaching you how to do the class. Like, as the book is meant to. And if he just reads the book, then he knows how to do the recipe. Which is the whole point of the class, right? Oh my god, she's possessed. I mean, it's a magical world. She maybe could be possessed. Oh my god, no, she's T-posing on me! Ah! That's what I'm saying! Ah!
Good luck today, Ron. I know you'll be brilliant.
Oh, doesn't she have, like, a tragic ending as well? Like, in the final movie? Doesn't she have, like, a really bad ending.
Is it a tonic?
That little thing. There's got to be a better formation you can do than just like, alright, let's all go in a line. Right? There's got to be something of like, we split up and then we chuck the ball to each other. Not just like, okay, I'm gonna have the ball, someone get in front of me, someone get behind me. You know what I mean?
Given the circumstances, I've had to make other arrangements.
But I love that system. That's such a good system. It's so cool. Like, you don't need to physically put the book in its shelf. You can just hold it where it's meant to be. And then the book will just go up and put it in its spot. It's such a good idea.
She's only interested in you because she thinks you're the chosen one. But I am the chosen one.
See what I mean? It's so good when people are like, no, stop being an idiot. You're not the chosen one. You're just the guy. You're just the dude. Oh, maybe don't choose Luna, though. Oh, well. Too late now. Oh, those are nice. That's got to be annoying, right? Eventually. RNL? Remus Lupin? The werewolf? Oh my god, it comes full circle. She's like, oh, I want to be a werewolf, just like my celebrity crush, Remus Lupin. He's a werewolf too. For anyone that doesn't know, she gets bit by a werewolf in the final movie. And then she's become a werewolf. She gets bitten by Greyback, I think.
I mean, to make an unbreakable vow.
Oh my god, you have a complete choice of your hair, right? We have settled that in the 4th movie. You can change the color of your hair. You can change the color of your face. You can probably change the color of your face. You can change your facial features. And yet you choose to have that hairstyle. Are you serious? It's not the 80s. Actually. I think the final movie is set in 1996 from memory. So maybe it's close to the 90s. It's close to the 80s. It's not the 80s. So you shouldn't have that hairstyle. Dude, this is cool. It's a cool situation. They've pulled everyone out of the house and now they're fighting in amongst the reeds so no one can see each other. Like, if they just get one kill here, that's an incredible advantage for them. I mean, the Death Eaters. If they just go, like, Avada Kedavra, get, like... Even if you get Ginny, then it's still, like, a really bad morale breaker for all of your... For all of the Order of the Phoenix. There are spells that fix stuff. Why can't you just, like, put it out? Like, if you put out all the water, can't you just, like... Reverso Ramundo or something? Like, revert everything, all the burn stuff, back to its original state? Like, we fixed Harry Potter's glasses, like, 3 or 4 times. We fixed that house earlier on in this movie. Can we just do that for a burn house?
Now get out of here at once, and don't let me ever get you mentioning it.
This memory has been tampered with. But
You may think that that's crazy, of, like, tampering with your own memory, but I have an example of that actually happening in my life. I have tampered with my own memory of something in order to improve it. And let me explain. When Assassin's Creed Brotherhood first came out, I had to convince my parents to go and buy it for me because it was MA 15+ and I was only like 14. So I wasn't able to go get it. So they had to like go and say, hey, I'm going to buy this for my child, whatever. I had to try and convince them, hey, can you buy this for me? So in order to convince them, I was like, look, the game's amazing. It got like 18 out of 20. Back then, the way I saw game reviews was I went to Good Game on Australian television. Really old show, got cancelled like a decade ago, whatever. And there were 2 reviewers, they would each score it out of 10. So, I altered my own memory of that show to say, oh, they both gave it a 9, so it was 18 out of 20, instead of their actual score of like 13 out of 20. And I told my parents, hey, it got an 18 out of 20. It's got to be like an amazing game. Like, hey, can I please go get this? And they're like, yeah, sure. They didn't really care about the review score. Of course, they have no idea what I'm talking about. So for the next like couple of months or whatever, whenever I would think about the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood game, I would say, oh, it's an 18 out of 20, of course. Like, I saw the review. But when I rewatched the review, they gave it a 13 out of 20 instead of the 18 that I thought it was. So I tampered with my own memory in order to improve what actually happened. So That is based in truth. Like, I have done that. I can attest to that. There's an actual thing that can happen.
What happened to me?
Love potion.
Really bad.
You need a pick-me-up, my boy.
Yeah, you just had a downer, now you need an upper. To get you back up. I think cocaine's an upper. I mean, alcohol probably works as well. Extremely quick thinking on Harry's part here to go find a... Bozo? To go find a bozo to save his friend. Yeah, so you get the bozo and you chuck it down his throat, and apparently it sucks up all the poison.
Quick thinking on your part, Harry, using a bazaar.
Oh, bazaar, not a bozo. The day's gone cold, I'm wondering why. Got out of bed at all. The morning rain falls on my window, and I can't see it all.
Slughorn usually eats early, takes a walk, and then returns to his office.
Right. I'm going down to Hagrid's.
I love that. That's so good.
I've got a really good feeling about Hagrid's. I feel it's the place to be tonight. Do you know what I mean?
No.
But trust me, I know what I'm doing. Or Felix does. Hi.
I love that he'd just be happy about talking to anyone. That's so good. Like, that potion just makes you feel happier. Like, it sets your base happiness from, like... I'm gonna say someone's base happiness for an average human is probably 50%. It would set your base happiness to, like, 80%. Or, like, maybe even 90%.
I'm off to Hagrid's, you see. He's a very dear friend, and I'd just fancy paying him a visit. So, if you don't mind, I will be going now.
Harry!
Sir!
I love it. Base happiness, 90%. It's great. You just feel like you just can't do wrong.
The body will decay, but your spirit lingers on. This is all hypothetical, isn't it, Tom? All academic.
Of course, sir.
There's some, like, red flags even now. Like, he's just not giving any facial expressions when he talks. Like, he's not very emotive. I'm not gonna say that, like, means you're a evil dark wizard called Lord Voldy, but it's gonna be some red flags that are showing up in Slughorn's head have been like, hey, this guy that doesn't really emote that much and looks like he's up to no good. He's in Slytherin House. He's asking about Horcruxes and killing people. Maybe just, like, keep an eye on him. Just in case.
4 years ago, when you saved Ginny Weasley's life in the Chamber of Secrets, you brought me this.
Do you think JK had the entire story planned out from, like, 1 to 7? Maybe not 1 to 7, but, like, 2 to 7? Because I'm sure she just wrote the first book and was like, hey, this is pretty cool. And then after the second one, she was like, okay, maybe I should make an entire plot for the series. So from, like, 2 to 7, she knew the entire plotline of, like, there's going to be 7 Horcruxes. This dude has done all this stuff. It's all prepped. It's all planned. This is one thing that I've always had the question for, is he tries to put the water into the bowl here and then scoop it out, but then the bowl's like, nah, you can't do that, man. That's not good. He doesn't think of anything else. He doesn't think of, like...
Aguamenti.
Puts the water in the bowl, he can't get any out. Oh, that's weird. What about using, like, the water spell on the cup itself? And you could just go, what about using the water spell on your hand? Like, you could just go, hey, Dumbledore, here's some water out of my physical hand. What about Dumbledore opens his mouth and you go, Aguamente, and then it feels like shoots out water? Like, there are so many other options, but Harry's just like, oh, it's not working in the bowl. Let me go to the lake. But you're a wizard, Harry. And he just doesn't get that. And that's, yeah, annoying.
Done things that would shock you.
Oh, like cursing Katie Bell and hoping that...
This bit, I have a story about this bit as well. When this movie came out in cinemas, my family went to watch it. And my brother was sort of, like, young at the time, and he didn't really understand his, like, bows and stuff. So, he ordered, like, a drink, he drank it, and towards the end of the movie, roughly here, he's like, hey, Mum, I need to go to the toilet. And Mum's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. So, my brother and my mum get up out of the cinema and leave the room. Like, leave the cinema room. They're not able to watch this bit. My mum and my brother end up not seeing this scene. So when the movie's over, they come back after the scene's ended. The movie's over. We all leave, and we have to explain to Mum, "Oh, yeah, Dumbledore died." Like, Mum skipped the entire death scene. It was just like, it was so perfect.
Avada Kedavra.
Just like that. Just one, like 2 words, and he's dead. And also, like, this earlier on in this movie commentary, I kept going on about, like, oh, Hogwarts is so safe. Hogwarts is incredibly safe. There's all these people there. And then the Death Eaters literally just, like, walk in, kill Albus Dumbledore, and then leave.
I don't know where that'll lead me, but I'll let you and Ron know where I am when I can.
I mean, they're coming with you. They ain't gonna do the 7th year of Hogwarts.
Don't really think you're going to be able to find all those Horcruxes by yourself, do you?
I mean, yeah, he's not gonna just wing it. Like, he can't just go into the open world and be like, I'm just gonna find 5 more Horcruxes and just wing it the whole time.
I never realised how beautiful this place was.
Yeah, I know. I've been saying that for movies now. Like, oh, this place is incredibly beautiful. There's mountains and lakes and stuff. And everyone's just, like, ignoring it. There's no one just looking at the scenery. Like, I would be looking at the scenery. I'd be looking at the tower every single time I go to sleep. I'd be like, damn, that's a good view. And that's the 6th movie. Whew. David Yates. Welcome back, buddy. Holy cow. Alright, that's the 6th movie done. We've got 2 more to go. Just 2 more! So, thank you so much for watching this episode of my movie commentary series. If you want to see the entire marathon video, it's going to be right here. And if you want to see the entire playlist, it's going to be right here. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.